Have you ever wondered if clones walk amongst us? Well, there might be a possibility. Cloning has been attempted for many years, and many of these cases are successful, but others aren't. Most of these attempts are done with animals. Today, many cloned animals exist, such as sheep, goats, mice, pigs, cows, and so on. Many of us don't attempt to research about this topic, but since science has improved very much in such a small time, we should be informed about the recent progress we have made. Cloning is an important aspect of the progress science has completed because it can make a huge impact in our daily lives. First, I am going to define and explain what cloning is. Second, I will compare natural and artificial twinning. Third, I will introduce cloning, a case in which a sheep was cloned. First, I will define and clarify what cloning is. Cloning is the identical copy of an organism. Cloning can be natural and can also be artificial, but I will talk about that later on. Why is it important? According to Brookie Saucer, in an article on unc.edu, it states that cloning helps scientists discover what proteins exist and what their function is. In addition, it allows them to be aware of what happens in the cell and when proteins are changed. Overall, it gives them a better understanding of proteins and cells. And it helps them make new discoveries which are beneficial to us because it is important for us to be aware of how it works and possibly be prepared for the future if it consists of artificial clones. Now that we know what cloning means, second, let me demonstrate how natural and artificial embryo twinning are done. Identical twins are considered clones. Let us see the differences. According to the Genetic Science Learning Center, in an article posted on August 6, 2013, the University of Utah explains the differences. Does anybody know why identical twins are considered clones? Well, it is there clones amongst us? Well, there are human clones amongst us that we see in our everyday lives, but they are not created in labs. They are made naturally. And those clones are identical twins. Identical twins are considered clones because they have the same DNA as each other. Artificial embryo twinning is done in labs. It's similar to natural twinning, but artificial twinning occurs in a petri dish. On the other hand, a natural clone is from a woman's body. This is done by separating an early embryo into individual cells, and then the cells divide and develop on its own, and the result of this is placed into a surrogate mother. Third, I will be talking about a case in which a sheep was cloned. According to the U.S. Department of Energy program in an article Laws Modified on May 11, 2009 in ornl.gov. In 1996, a sheep was cloned. She was named Dolly, and she was the first mammal to be cloned from an adult's DNA. Dolly was born on July 5, 1996. Dolly suffered from lung cancer and premature arthritis. but was a mother to 6 lambs, and was later put down by lethal injection in 2003. Dolly was made by reproductive cloning technology. What is reproductive cloning technology? Reproductive cloning technology is utilized to form an animal that only lived for about it is utilized to form an animal that has similar nuclear DNA as another animal. So, Dolly only lived for about 8 years. But the average sheep can live up to 13 years, but her life was cut short due to her lung disease and to her premature arthritis. Apart from that, scientists announced that she was just like any other normal sheep. So, in conclusion, cloning can affect our everyday lives. Knowing more about it can help you gain a little more knowledge about our progress with science. So now we know what cloning is, why is it important, the two types of cloning, and the sheep that was about a sheep that was cloned. Now that we know what clone animals exist, and that identical twins are considered clones, we should prepare ourselves for the future. Whether it consists of more clone clone animals or possibly artificial clone humans.